What's up, YouTube, and anybody else that found this video? My name's Havoc, and that's spelled with an I, not an O. Yes, I'm well aware that's the incorrect spelling, but guess what? I don't care. This is my first video in Let's Play. Um, it's hopefully going to be a continuing series of probably around 20 to 30 minute videos, maybe shorter depending on if I am entertaining enough. I guess we'll find out. But pretty much, I'm going to be playing a Paladin in World of Warcraft, a human Paladin, uh, which I've never really done before. Um, I've played a little bit of WoW in my life, but it's been probably about, ooh, I'd say at least 2 years since the last time I played. I kind of got away from it. Uh, Last time I played was pretty much when Wrath of the Lich King came out. I'm not the biggest super fan of World of Warcraft. I do enjoy Blizzard and pretty much all the works they do. I'm not what you would call a pro gamer either. So if I make mistakes or mispronounce someone's name or certain locations, or you don't like the way I have my character set up and geared, I apologize in advance, but that's just the way it's going to be. Because, well, I'm the one playing, so yeah. Um, I guess a little background would be good. Like I said, you can call me Havoc or Lord Havoc. It's a really old kind of gaming name, gamer tag for me. I've used it for, good lord, since I was probably about 14 or so, playing in Counter-Strike. But that's not the point. I am 26 years old. I am American, if you can't tell from my voice. I grew up in the state of Georgia. I'm not telling you which city because it doesn't really matter. It's Georgia. I love my home state, but let's not get into it. I currently reside somewhere in the United States. I don't feel it's important to really tell you where. Um, I am fully employed with the United States Air Force. I enjoy my job and I love my work, but I'm going to try to keep my work kinda out of my videos for the best that I can. I will say I do work aircraft maintenance, which is a awesome job, and I pretty much work on a flying computer system because it's a newer aircraft and it doesn't really need pilots, I would say, but that's my personal opinion. Others may have different ones, but that's what I do for a living. So I'm not doing these videos to hopefully get extremely popular and maybe make some money. I'm not doing it, it's pretty much all non-profit for me. I'm doing this because I want to, and I think it'll be fun, and hopefully I can entertain some people. If not, then I guess I'll move on to something different. But for the most part, it's all kind of just for me in the short scheme of things. I enjoy playing video games. I enjoy watching other people's Let's Plays or live streams or whatever it is. Been watching almost religiously the same group of guys play for about 6 years now. And that would be, quick shout out to them, the guys over at Achievement Hunter. Um, all those guys have kind of inspired me to do this kind of thing. So I decided to give it a go. So if you want to see what I would call the pros do it, go check them out on their channel, Let's Play, or check them out at roosterteeth.com. And yeah, I know it's probably not the wisest decision to send traffic their way away from my channel, but you know what? They do their Let's Plays for a living. That's their bread and butter. This is kind of therapy and just fun for me. So I will gladly send them traffic whenever I can, and they're a lot better at it than I am. So, you know, it is what it is. But those guys, watching them for years, I've kind of got inspired to do this, and one of my best friends for about 5 years or so now, she has started her own channel, and I have decided to give her a little bit of a hand by joining her in her recordings, and I've also decided to do my own. Um, by the way, she is Lizzie Hellscream, so check her out on her channel. She's doing a series called Growing Up Druid, which you probably see me on there quite a bit. But this is going to be my story. So what I'm planning on doing, which I know I'm on a long-winded talk, and I apologize, but first video, got to get a lot of information out there. What I'm planning on doing is doing a series, and I'm going to be calling it Following the Light, since I am a paladin and they are followers of the light. They are holy warriors. They use mail and plate armor, and generally either use sword and shield or two-handed weaponry. They're mostly tank and healers, though they do fare pretty well at DPS, which is damage per second for those that don't know. And they're a pretty unique class because since they use the heavier armor and sword and shield or two-handed weapons, they are closely related to warrior class, which is usually your main tank. But unlike the warrior class, they actually have the ability to use magic and heal themselves. Now this is a great advantage for the paladin because he or she doesn't necessarily have to rely on grouping up with a healer, be it an actual priest or a druid or anything like that. But they also suffer some disadvantage in this kind of cross-stitching classification. And that would be they can't put out, normally, under normal circumstances, cannot put out as much damage as a warrior or a death knight, which is usually your other tanking class. And they cannot take as much direct damage as either of those two. However, they do try to balance that out with various special abilities, which can protect the paladin for a short period of time from going from about taking no damage or taking like half damage for a couple of seconds, most of which you have to be very careful and strategic when you use them, and you normally use those in raids or dungeons. But we'll probably get to that later. But I'm a huge fan personally of the Paladin class, namely because I like to be able to solo when I feel like it and go off on my own, but being that they are pretty much a warrior who's learned a couple of healing spells, it's a little bit easier to find groups or get together with other players because you offer more variety in what you can do. Now I'm going to be playing a protection paladin or a prot, which is going to he's going to be geared towards tanking. And the main reason I'm doing this is to help my friend out in her game because she is playing a balanced druid, which has a couple of shortfalls. Every class has its own. And a protection pally helps round her out by being able to get up close and personal and keep all the enemies or mobs focus attention on the paladin rather than the druid, where she can do her damage from long range and also heal me at the same time. Being we are going to be a group of a paladin and a druid, we can heal each other from a lot of time to time, but mostly it's going to be me up front yelling at all the enemies saying, hey, dummies, come get me, and hopefully holding their aggro or aggressive tendencies towards myself while she helps me stay alive and pick them off from a distance. We may or may not have other people join us. I couldn't tell you at this time, but that's what we're going for.